changed for you where you were able to get back and get going?
Well, I think that she was playing really well in the first set and a half. But I just tried to stay with her as much as I could. I knew that I wasn't doing that many things wrong, but I just knew that if I stayed there and just stayed in it and just kept fighting for every single point, then I knew something was going to happen. And that's what I did, and that was my mindset. I mean, she was serving really well. She was right. She was on my returns from the second game, and so I just was trying to stay with her.
Talk a little about the atmosphere out there. It seemed like the crowd was really up. How much did they kind of help you in that?
Yeah, it helped a lot. I mean, I train here. I actually train at this park, so like a lot of the people that were here are people that I know and that are, you know, a part of the community that really supports me a lot. So the support that I have in the DC community is really, really strong, and I think that it came through tonight.
Do you feel like you handle those situations like at the beginning of the match where things maybe aren't going perfectly different now than maybe you would have a couple years ago here?
Oh, for sure. I mean, well, I played this last year, and I was faced with a similar situation, and I did handle it a little bit differently. But, I mean, it's just a matter of a year of different kind of training experiences. And just, I've experienced more. I've been able to play more matches and on the pro level, and I've been able to fight through certain situations. So I think that that really helped me a lot today. But also, I mean, it was just a mental thing. I knew that she had been, her highest ranking was number 26, and I knew that she didn't get there for no reason. So I was expecting a fight.
I've seen you haven't had your coaches available to come on court here. Just wondering why you don't have that option.
Oh, I have the option. I just don't use it.
Why you choose it? They were sitting like nowhere near where they could get to you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't need it. My thing is, and we all agree on this, you know, you can't bring coaches on the court in Grand Slams. And that's the biggest tournaments. Those are where everyone comes and everyone wants to win a Grand Slam. You can't bring the coach on the court. It's you and the other person who can fight it out, who can tough it out that day. And so just because that is available here at these tournaments, I'm going to approach it as though it's a Grand Slam. And every single match, you know, it's me out there. You know, I'm not going to be able to bring my coach on court and them tell me, okay, you got to brush up a little bit more in your forehand, you got to get to the ball. No, you got to figure that out for yourself. So the earlier that I can learn that and grasp that and be able to take control and really embrace what I'm doing on the court and then figure stuff out on my own, the better off I'm going to be in the long run.
When your opponent calls her coach on court, do you ever feel like, I got it now, like,
No, because, I mean, they call them at different times. I mean, some people call it whenever, you know. I mean, I've had people call them at different times, but for me, I just try to stay with what I'm doing and just focus on what I'm doing. I mean, if they're calling their coach on court and they tell them something and their game plan changes, then I have to adapt. But, you know, if I don't know, I mean, I don't change what I'm doing just because they call their coach, you know.
What do you feel like your game is at right now, kind of at this point in the season?
I think that I've grown a lot, just from the experiences and from all the matches that I've played, the matches I've won, but most importantly, the matches that I've lost. I've learned a lot, and I just finished playing World Team Tennis, and I actually learned a lot from that as well. So I think that my game is in a steady progression, and I'm just continuing to learn, and like I said before, continuing just to build on each match, whether I win, whether I lose. So tomorrow, when I go play my doubles or whatever, I haven't even looked at the schedule yet, but whatever match that I go and play, I'm going to try to do something better than I did today. And that's our goal for my goal for every single match.
When you play doubles, are you going to have a partner this time?
What do you mean? Oh, that was funny. I totally forgot. Yes, I am. I hope so. I just hope I don't hit her in the head.
What was that like for you? Because that's not something you trained for.
It is. Yeah. I do 2-on-1s in practice, so it was like the same thing. But it's not something like, it was unexpected. The moment where they're like, okay, you can play by yourself. I was and it counted. Like in practice, 2-on-1s don't count. That counted. So it's like, it was crazy. But at the same time, at first I felt really bad and I was thinking about Liesel. But then I did it in her honor. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stand here, take it. Whatever happens, happens. I almost won a game.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you know, I embraced the challenge and I loved it and I enjoyed every minute of it.
Are those some of the more satisfying winners when you have against two people?
Yeah. I was like, okay, it takes 2 people to get my shots. Okay.
Was there any transition going from World Team Tennis to playing by yourself full matches?
No. I had one day I came out here the day that I had in between World Team Tennis, in between the playoff game and my first round of qualies. I had one day and we just came out and we just hit a little bit just to get used to outside because I'd been in Philly playing indoors. So basically I wanted to get a feel for playing back outside. Here it's really humid, so you have to get used to the conditions more so than hitting a ball. You know, it's like I played a lot of matches. I played 14 matches and I played a lot of tennis, hit a lot of balls, did a lot of practicing. So that part was there. I just think that it was just a matter of me getting back outside and getting used to the conditions.